Welcome, my fellow reptiles, to Facepalm Sunday yet again.
Hello, ladies and gents. Those of you who watch my videos will be aware that my channel really contains videos which really just cover atheism and theism. I'm a theist myself, of course, rationally, sensibly.
I find it somewhat funny that you say rationally and sensibly to describe yourself as a theist, because some of the things that you're about to say within the next few minutes are not rational or sensible whatsoever.
And I speak out against atheism because I see it for what it is, which is the pollution of culture and society. And
Could you perhaps explain how atheism is a pollution of culture and society? Usually when people like yourself make claims, big claims like that, I like people to be able to substantiate their claims with how atheism or how gay marriage or how abortion or how, these things that people like yourself are usually against, how they affect you individually.
going down the hill of everything we know as sane. And what do I mean by that? Well, there was a song once. Do you remember the film, the original Willy Wonka and the Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory? Was it something like that? And there was a song, and he sings, "Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination.
Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination." Give you credit though, I think you're a better singer than me. Damn it!
Well, that song sums up atheism exactly, doesn't it? Have you ever noticed that? Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. That's atheism. You see, Christianity is based upon historical facts and evidence, records and books and traditions handed down and verified by archaeological finds and discoveries and science.
Anytime a Christian such as yourself makes the big claim that Christianity is supported by historical facts and evidence, my response to you is, where have we ever observed a snake talking to a man and a woman? Where have we ever observed a man forming from the dust? A woman being formed from a rib? A man who was tortured to death and brutally murdered and killed rise from the dead? Christianity makes extraordinary claims, supernatural claims, none of which have ever been observed in our day-to-day life as of right now. All we have is a book, a religious book, that says that it happened. I guess the real question we should be asking, or you should be asking yourself, is the Bible a historical document? Is it a document that actually is verified by the claims that it makes? Why I do believe that the Bible has some very slight truths to it in regards to maybe, archaeological finds or maybe locations that the Bible depicts and describes that do exist today. But many events within the Bible don't make any logical sense because they require a supernatural act. For example, Jesus turning water into wine. For example, Jesus having a fish and turning 5 little fishies, or I don't remember how many it was, into like 5,000 fishes. Jesus touching a cripple and automatically healing him. These are supernatural acts, extraordinary claims which we have never seen or observed or even in the past had things like this actually happen.
For example, we know that the world was created by a mind, and that the human mind was formed in relation or in image to that mind which created the universe. And we know this because we are able to do mathematics and do science and integrate into the world and find information. Information in the world is the medium from which information is being transversed from one mind to another. The human mind looks at information, and God's given that information. The same way that if you walk into a restaurant and you look at the menu and you say, I'd like the waiter comes over and you've decided you want the shepherd's pie. You simply point to the number on the menu, and the waiter looks down and says, like this, and off he goes, and he comes back and brings you out a nice plate of shepherd's pie. You don't even need to speak. He just simply saw the word shepherd's pie, and that words, those letters which are laid out in a certain way, meant something to that waiter. It was transferred through the information to the waiter, who then brought forth and manifested that shepherd's pie. I'm talking about food because I'm hungry, by the way. My point is this. If we look at the world and understand that information is what created the universe, and information is in us, in DNA, in plants and trees and everything.
I'm not really sure that I'm following your conclusion here, but what it sounds like you're saying is that written language is somehow evidence of the universe somehow being created by a mind, and that mind would be God. I think that's what you're saying here, because I've never heard this type of reasoning with atheists before in regards to information being evidence of a mind, and that mind being God. But I'm always learning new things from theists like yourself. But if that is what you're trying to say here, it fails because, number one, you're using what is known as the fallacy of composition. And just to give a short little brief explanation of what that is, Wikipedia describes the fallacy of composition arises when one infers that something is true of the whole from the fact that it is true from some part of the whole. That's what it sounds like you're using here, and I'm not 100% sure if again, this is what you're trying to say, but if it is, it's wrong, because our minds created language in order to transfer information. This is something that I learned in Basic Linguistics 101.
And we contrast that to atheism, which is the pure imagination. It could be whatever you want it to be. Atheists, the current fad with atheism, is that nothing created the universe. Let me say that again slowly. Nothing created the universe. Well, I'm not sure about you, but I've never seen nothing do anything. In fact, what does nothing look like? What qualities does nothing have? In fact, it's an oxymoron, isn't it? Because nothing can have no qualities, no attributes, no physical, visual, or any attributes whatsoever. So the very fact you can say nothing did, what did nothing do, and how did nothing do it, it's a complete oxymoron. Of course, that's just the first problem atheists face, and they hate to admit that.
Oh, it hurts. Wow. Nothing comes from nothing. Atheists don't want to admit it. Well, there's nothing to admit because we don't believe that, and I'm speaking on behalf of thousands of atheists, and I normally wouldn't speak on behalf of all people because I feel like I'm generalizing everybody, but I'm going to do it this time because I feel what I'm saying is valid. I have never, in all of my existence on the interwebs and people I've talked face-to-face, I've never met a non-religious person, a skeptic, a materialist, a naturalist, an atheist, who has ever said that nothing comes from nothing. That's simply not the case, and you're trying to misrepresent what many, many, many people do not believe. We know for a fact. Now, granted, science can't answer everything, does not give answers to everything, but something caused the start of the universe. Something caused a Big Bang. Now, we have evidences, and we've seen and found background radiation to see that there was some big cosmic explosion known as the Big Bang. Do we know what exactly caused that? No, we don't. So, the Big Bang, the fact that most people, even theists and creationists, people believe that the world started from something, whether that was a Big Bang or God. We simply do not believe that nothing comes from nothing, because that sentence doesn't even make sense. Like you said in your video, what does nothing created from nothing actually mean? It means nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. You just use three nothing. You can't go anyplace with that, and it makes no logical sense for anyone to even believe that nothing creates nothing.
But atheists live in a world of pure imagination.
Imagination to me is creating the concept of a god and spending hours upon hours of your day worshiping that god, praying to that god, and thinking that that god loves you and cares for you. But if you don't accept him, if you don't believe in him, he will send you to hell. That to me is pure imagination. Now, I want to make it clear that I am not against the concept of a god, of an intelligent designer creating the world, the cosmos, the universe as it is, or starting the Big Bang. I used to be a deist at one point, and I find the position to be of a deist more I want to say logical or more reasonable than that of a theist, because a theist versus a deist, a theist believes that God is all-loving, that God is the God of the Bible. And that's the main problem that I have with theism and not deism, is because deism just simply believes that, hey, a God created the world and left it as is and basically said, fuck it, I'm done. I like that idea, actually. But again, I'm not someone who uses God of the gaps. I'm not someone who throws in God as an explanation for everything. If some way down the future line that we have some evidence or observable things in which we have found that maybe it was an intelligent designer, although that's unlikely, but if it did come through my way, I would change my entire position, entire stance to accommodate those new scientific findings that we have observed regarding an intelligent designer creating the world and starting the Big Bang. I'm not against that. I think one of the largest misconceptions regarding me here on YouTube is the fact that I hate the concept of God, when that's not the case at all. I don't care if you believe in an intelligent designer. I don't care if you believe in an all-loving God. But my problem here is when you use your God as a means to discriminate against people, harm other people, take away others' rights of other people, that's when I will stand up and I will call you out on your bullshit of hurting and harming people because you're using your God that's in association with your religious textbook to hurt and harm others. And that's my biggest problem with religion, is that most religions, quote, I'm saying most, not all, but most religions like Christianity and Mormonism, they don't strive to bring together people and to love and accept people as they are. You know, these religions tell us that they have to conform to this certain ideals, certain morals in order to be accepted within that religion. And that's something that I will always be against. And I will always be against a God that wants to harm people who do not believe in him. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. This has been another Facepalm Sunday. Thank you guys for sending me these videos. They're cringeworthy to watch, but at the same time, they're fun, and I enjoy making these videos for you guys for Facepalm Sunday. As always, my name is Daniel Solzbach, also known as Mr. Repsion. Peace the Rep out, and see you guys for my stream tomorrow on Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on twitch.tv/Repsion. Hope to see you guys there.